Thank you. Running. It's pretty easy, pretty simple. I feel like people try to overcomplicate it. There's like all this crap where it's like you gotta have a heart monitor, you've gotta be prepared, you've gotta do all these different workouts and exercises before the run. And there's like this whole long list of things. And there's obviously some stuff you should do, like work on strengthening your tibia and strengthening certain things like shins, and you know, if you work on your tibia, that's pretty much. But if you work on like your tibia and your Achilles and stuff like that, we were working on just strengthening things that are going to be under high pressure. There's stuff like that you work on. But for the average runner, for the everydayer that's working at Comcast, I don't even know what that is, but I'm going to say it anyways, and you're working the 9 to 5, and you wake up at about, say, 6, and there's about 40 minutes where you're not really doing anything, where you're on your phone, and you're like, I'd like to allot this time to something else, and you want to do running. So you're like, why not do it to running? Now, that's a great question, and I'm going to give you an answer. It's easy. People make it seem hard. They're like, start off with half a mile, start off with a mile, start off with this or off that. I say don't even start off with any distance in mind. I think you should have a allotted time of 15 minutes of the cardiovascular workout of running and walking. Sometimes you can't run for 15 minutes, and that's fine. But at least walk it. Don't stop. Just keep going. 15 minutes, go out 7.5 minutes, come back 7.5 minutes. Boom. That's it. Just do that. And I say just do that for the rest of your life, if you feel like it. If you can only feel like you can run 15 minutes a day, that's all you should run. Because running 15 minutes is better than running no minutes. And I think that's where a lot of people get confused, where they're like, first you want to start off here, then you want to work your way to here, then you want to work your way to here, then you want to work your way to here. And it's like, how about we just stick to one metric, and we just run with that, and if it works, and why change it? So it's like 15 minutes every single day for the rest of your life. If you can, some days you'll miss, some days you won't. Boom, there you go. And you're like, Justin, what if I want to run more than 15 minutes? That's the beauty of running. You'll run 15 minutes, say like a month. It'll be hard, and the only hard part is making the time. You're taking 15 minutes that you're thinking of everything you could be doing with that time. You're going to be, I could be doing this, I could be doing that, I could be knitting, I could be watching the swim championships, you know, whatever you do with your free time. But then you have to kind of separate that and be like, this is the time for running. And it's kind of like, this is just how it is now. I do this. And that'll be the hard part, but it's easy. It's 15 minutes. You can do anything for 15 minutes. So you run these 15 minutes, and then later down the road, say 1 month later, you could run 15 minutes. Running 15 minutes a day is better than running nothing a day forever. Or, you know, more than likely, when you're at about a month, and you're like, okay, even like a few weeks, but more than likely for a lot of people it'll be about a month, you'll think to yourself like, yeah, I could run a little bit farther probably. And you run 20 minutes now a day. You're still not checking your pace, your times or anything. You're just going and coming back. 10 minutes in, 10 minutes out. 10 minutes in, 10 minutes out. And you're doing this over and over again. Maybe 2 months later, you're like, you know what? I can run for 20 minutes in the morning, and I can go for another 10-minute run, 5-minute run later in the day. Or maybe just a walk. And you're doing that. Then you kind of merge them together. And basically, you build this rapport. And the more you build a rapport with running, the more it feeds back to you. It's very high investment, high yield, like setup. The more you run, the better you get, the more you get out of it. Your lungs get stronger. Your body feels cleaner. You feel a little bit more, you know, yourself. You sleep way better because you're just burning off all this energy. You're more tired when you go to sleep. It's like all these different things that it helps you with. And this will all build off 15 minutes. just 15 minutes. That's all it takes. And I think a lot of people overcomplicate it. You know, they go on YouTube and they're like, I've got to run a marathon in 2 weeks. That's what I'll do. I'll train for 2 weeks and run a marathon. And they do that, and then they're like, why do I hate running? Hey, running sucks. Makes me feel pain all the time. So it won't really make you feel pain if you're doing it for 15 minutes. You'll get a little, maybe a little sore, maybe a little winded, but you're not going to be burning on the legs where you just feel absolute death creeping over you. And I think that's the main importance of this whole situation with running. I think a lot of it's gone too far. I mean, that happened to me when I first started running. I saw a video of a guy ran a marathon in 9 weeks. So I was like, well, shoot, then I have to run one in 7 to beat him. Ran one in 7, and I got shin splints and leg fractures, and I tore the bottom of my feet to Quazoo, and they hurt like crap. And I couldn't walk for a few days. So, you know, you have like stuff like that. But luckily for me, I was addicted already, so I kind of got used to it. But then it took me like 2 years to really come back to it. And that could have been 2 years spent running. But I digress. The main thing with running is you have to do it at a level that's repeatable. That's all that matters. Even if it's, you know, if it's less than 15 minutes, if it's 5 minutes is all you can do. As long as you can repeat that and you can build a rapport with it, eventually it will compound. 15 minutes is better because I think it's 15 minutes is when you really start building upon like the last day, upon the next day, and upon the next day. And I think that's really realistically what most people can do. I don't think that, you know, everyone's got the time to run a marathon because it's extremely time consuming. I think a lot of people should just work on that, just getting slightly better. Anyways, that's my 2 cents on running and how it's easy. I think a lot of people just make it too complicated where they're like, I need this, I need that, I need the perfect setup, I need $300 shoes. I don't want to be like the Debbie Downer of all time, but if you're not like Eliud Kipchoge, if you're not Kelvin Kiptum, may he rest in peace, you're not really going to feel the effects of a $300 shoe. And if you do, you're not going to be breaking the world record. You're not going to put on a pair of Alpha Flies and then be like, I just accidentally broke the marathon world record. More than likely, a pair of regular day trainer shoes are perfectly fine for you. And you kind of do this stuff because I do the same thing, so I know other people do it. Maybe they don't. Maybe I'm in my own little boat. But you kind of put like these barriers in front of stuff where you're like, I would do this, but I just don't have the, like say spinning a basketball on your finger. I would do it, but my basketball's unaired and my pump's in the storage unit, so I'm probably not going to be able to spin the basketball on my finger. And you kind of put these barriers in front of yourself that aren't really barriers. You're just trying to procrastinate in a way that doesn't seem like it's your fault and like you don't want to do it, but in reality it is your fault and you don't want to do it. So I think that's what a lot of people allow themselves to do that, and I think that's the problem with people not starting running, because I think everyone should run. But that's my 2 cents. All right, let's crush these 8 miles. Doesn't even feel like 5:10 right now, but it is. This day has been so muggy, just feels like regular, like nothing. Feels like maybe it's 4 a.m. Not 4 a.m. like 7 a.m. Just feels so weird. But coming up on mile 7, very good run. We'll wait till it hits it. We'll see what we'll hit and see what comes in on the pipeline here. I'm guessing 9 o'clock. Ooh, 8:52. Nice. So last mile, mile 8. Nice little fun mile. This is a pretty easy run. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, 9:03 average pace. You'll love to see it. That's what we were kind of going for, right around that 9 minutes. Solid 8 mile run. Boom, time. 137 beats per minute on the heart rate. I was hoping for a little bit lower, but fresh pizza, baby. 2 days in a row.
I gotta get into this.
Yeah, just regular. We usually do coconut oil.
Okay. You can have one. You can do
I'll
yourself.
send you some.
Bring it, baby.
I only play with it. So you have to dry it.
That was funny.
Oh, we caught 2 coons and 3 muskrat. I caught a coon and a muskrat, then caught a coon and 2 muskrats. Yes, so we'll see you tomorrow. Well, you'll see us tomorrow when we have more.
Take 5 action.